When you think of marijuana, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Joy, relaxation, or just a plain old good time?
You can't possibly hate weed. It's a God gift to earth.
You wouldn't be wrong to think of those things. But what if I told you there was a risk involved to smoking this lovely plant?
Nigga, let me tell you what just happened. When I just pulled to her crib, right? I'm thinking like, I don't know what's going on. And then I'm like,
What risk, you may ask?
The risk of dropping a goddamn blunt.
Niggas, you listening? Hello?
Man, fuck! There's this bizarre superstition within the weed community that rules the minds of smokers all over the world. And some may have witnessed this phenomenon while others may have actually fell victim to it. But before we get into that, we decided to hit the streets and see what the people think of this superstition. Take a look.
How would you define a superstition?
Like a belief, kind of like an urban legend, something you're cautious of.
Yeah, mystery. You just don't know if it's real or not. Reality or is an illusion.
Just some shit that black people came up with, bruh. Just some dumbass shit, some everyday type shit, bruh. They be like, I'm stepping that crack, break them up back. Shit ain't never happened in my life.
If I'm walking with my friends and y'all split the pole, I feel like it's you splitting, like trying to make our friendship split. You gonna let something come in between it.
What superstition are you most familiar with?
I feel like splitting poles.
I seen the black cat. If it walks in front of you or something like that, that's bad luck.
Probably splitting the pole.
Shit, bruh, don't split that pole, bruh.
Split the pole.
Yep. It's like splitting the pole.
You ever heard of dropping a blunt?
Don't drop that J, man. You drop that J, just blow it and pray, bruh.
Yeah, most smokers have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think that is real?
For sure. For sure. It definitely is.
It can be, or you just fucking with yourself, bro.
Some shorties be just undeniable. You don't even gotta drop the J. Shorties just be on that. But, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I believe in that. I drop the J, call my shorty, she don't answer. Just pray for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Dropping the blunt, the J, the joint, whatever you want to call it, and less harsh words, that means your significant other is currently cheating on you.
So what is the harsher way to put it?
Harsher way to put it, your woman's getting
I think it's just as bad for women as it is for men. If anything, it's actually worse.
Why do you believe it's worse?
Because it's like some trigger that goes off, you know, as soon as you drop it. With a snap of a finger, you turn into some sort of detective. For example, say you're outside, chilling, smoking, vibing, right? Then you drop the blunt. Within seconds, his location has been checked, his social media has been ran through, and a message has been sent. Unless you not answer the phone, you know it's gonna be a problem.
About nothing. I don't care. I pay the bills, and you're cheating on me with that. You know what? You're a. I'm done.
Dropping the blunt more heartbreaking than an actual breakup, for real. I done seen real tears fall for this shit. It's definitely not for the weak. That's why when you holding that blunt, you hold it with security. You hold it like your life depend on it.
Have you ever dropped the blunt?
Next question.
Before we get into the stories of the victims from this superstition, we got the chance to sit down with cognitive psychologist Dr. Conley. In this sit down, we have a conversation about what goes on in the brains of the smokers who drop the blunt.
When the blunt is dropped, there's a chemical release within the brain. That chemical is epinephrine. When that is released, you can become anxious, worried, and at times your heart can actually ramp up due to the chemical.
So, why do you believe this superstition is such a scary thing within the weed community?
Well, when you look at this particular superstition, and alone the power it holds to install fear into the mind, On top of that, superstitions can also be looked as a sign of sort, or even a look into the future. So splitting the pole, for example, we do our best to avoid it, but if it does happen, we become anxious and worried that misfortune is coming our way. So with dropping the blunt, we do our best to avoid it, but if it happens, one might take it as a sign that your spouse is getting cheating.
So, do you believe that this superstition will ever fade away?
Fortunately not. I believe that the fact that it's still around proves that people are getting the bad end of the stick. So as long as their stories are being told, the fear of dropping the blunt will forever live in the smoker's mind.
It's a sad truth. Well, I appreciate you for sitting down with us today, Dr. Conley.
No problem. Thank you.
Coming up, we get the chance to hear the very shocking stories from the victims of this horrific superstition. And when I say shocking, I mean shocking. Right after these very important messages.
See, that's what I be saying. You be throwing me off.
Bro, that's your problem, fool. Here, try this.
Man, calm down.
You won't get in that groove, get that sea moss to feel butter smooth.
People believe you got the patience of a god, that you got the power to save them from their own problems. Well, I'm here to tell you that's the furthest thing from the truth. So I thought of a way that you could tell the world how you truly feel. Now introducing the Jesus Saves, I Don't t-shirts to remind people to think twice before coming to me to save your sorry ass.
Dropping the blunt isn't just this imaginary thing that lives in our minds. It has actually made a physical impact on people's lives. But don't take it from me. Take it from the words of the victims from this superstition. Take a look.
The first victim we got a chance to interview claims he was on the other end of this superstition. Not the one who dropped the blunt, but was the one who was accused of disloyal action.
My name is Amante. I got accused of cheating because my girlfriend dropped the J. Me and my girlfriend relationship was perfect. It was like you would have thought we was married for years. Like, so crazy. Like, no problems, no arguments, no fights. Like, we would always go out, have fun. It's just crazy because, you know, one day I took a nap, but I got woken to my phone being called over and over and over again. And it was a picture with the J on the ground, and she was like, "Who the bitch?" I'm like, "What bitch? What bitch are you talking about?" I had just woken up, man. It was crazy. And she just kept going on and on and on about some bitch, like I'm cheating on her. And she sent me this voicemail, and it was just... Give me a second.
Amante, you dead ass? How could you do this to me, weird ass? Like, are you dumb? I should have never trusted you. F you in that big bag. Have a horrible life, bozo. Oh, and suck my dick.
The next victim that we got a chance to sit down with claims that dropping the blunt actually helped his relationship grow stronger.
So, dropping the blunt saved your relationship?
Yeah, it did. I remember at first it was a bit of hesitation between us. Like, you know, we both had one foot in, one foot out type shit. But, so I dropped the blunt one time. And you all know what goes through my mind when that happens. So, I reacted in a terrible way, accusing her all types of shit. But instead of taking it and turning it into an argument, she just reassured me that I have nothing to worry about. That she only has eyes for me.
Wow, that's just beautiful. A question to you is, what was your initial reaction when you received these accusations?
I mean, as you said earlier, we both was hesitant, and you know, we both had trust issues on both sides. But I was truly confused when I'm just chilling at my homegirl's house and I just get messages saying...
Hold up. I thought you said you had to work late that night. That's why you couldn't answer the phone.
No. I said I was at Shay's house.
Give us 1 second, bro.
Oh.
Man, let me see your phone, bro.
Why?
Let me see your phone.
Man, here. You're not gonna find nothing.
Yeah, all right. We gonna see about that. Who's Marvin?
Marvin, let me see.
Why is he sending you messages at 3 a.m.?
Let me see.
Let me know when he leaves. I'm gonna wait around the corner.
Get my phone.
Chill. Hey, bro.
Where were we? Here. What was your your reaction?
As I was saying, I was at work late, and
You said you was at Shay's house. What happened today?
if you got something to say, you can speak up.
Man, you heard what I say.
Man, f*** you. Sitting right here acting like you all perfect. Miracle.
Whoa. You ain't even gotta bring that up, 'cause this ain't even about me.
I ain't trying to.
I thought you said you was over that.
Our last victim may have the most horrific story out of any blunt dropper in the world. Upon their request, they have chosen to keep their identity hidden, but have agreed to tell their whole story in depth in hopes that it will help somebody in the future.
It was a nice summer day. You know, we outside smoking with the homies. It was around the time Tom Brady announced his retirement, so we just talking about dumb stuff, you know, smoking. So the blunt gets passed to me, and as I go to hit it, all of a sudden, the blunt falls out of my hand. And when it falls, things get quiet. And when I say quiet, I mean as if nobody was around. So I'm looking around in confusion. All the homies are looking at me, you know, in this kind of disgusted look. They alert me on what it means when you drop the blunt. But knowing my relationship, I would never expect, you know, her to do something like that. So I didn't pay any mind, just left. Later on, I was going down, heading back to the house, and I decided to shoot her a text. But it went through on red. And it kind of scared me a little bit, but you know, not to the point, because you know I trust my girl. You know, I believe she's very faithful. So I ended up calling, FaceTiming her. You know. It was a different answer. It was a man's voice. And in the background, I heard something. It sounded like somebody screaming for their life. I'm kind of confused, and he flips the camera, and it is indeed my being
After hearing the stories from the people, the perspectives of the doctors, and the words from the people, we can all conclude that dropping the blunt is a scary thing. So if you are a weed smoker, protect the blunt and trust your partner. And that's all we have for this week. Until next time, signing out. So, are we gonna cut the part where we... No?